Finally, guys, we are bringing things home with our pulse check of the prices of some different video games. In this segment, each month, Wes and I both pick a game. One of us picks a high one of us picks a low one, and we rotate. We take a look at the prices. The high one's usually a rarer game or harder to find game, something along those lines, something that's making it more expensive. And the cheaper game is a much more common game, but also usually a very good game that you should add to your collection. Wes, do you want to go first or second for the segment?
I'll go first this time.
Go for it.
Yeah, mine is a little on the low side. I picked a common, inexpensive game, but it was a lot of fun to play. A lot of fun to play.
Oh yeah,
And it was South Park, The Stick of Truth. It originally came out for 360, but they re-released it for Xbox One.
that's right.
So I'm talking about the Xbox One version. And if you love South Park, it it was so good. It was a role playing game
Mm-hmm. It
done
was
in the vein of
a
South Park.
turn-based role-playing game that Trey
It
Parker and Matt Stone
was.
both worked on.
It was good. It was really good. The humor, the voices, it was like watching an episode of South Park.
I have to back up Wes here. If you guys know me, I don't play turn-based games. I beat this game. This might be the first turn-based game I've ever beat in my life because it was so funny and like, dude, it's so freaking good. It plays like an episode of South Park, just like Wes said.
It
It
does.
One of the funniest games I've ever played by far. The gameplay was great. Got past the turn base to go through it. You guys gotta play Stick of Truth. It is epic.
It is, man. And it's cheap. So if you find a loose CD for Stick of Truth,
On
you're looking
Xbox
at
One.
on Xbox One, you're looking at $13. $13. That's
No,
it. I mean, and a complete in box, we're only talking like $3 more. You're looking between $14 to $16 tops.
can't beat it.
Really? Come on, man.
I go to McDonald's and it's like almost $16 now, Wes. That's crazy.
Mm. And what's even crazier, if you find a sealed version, you're looking at $19. Still under $20 for such a good game.
Gotta have it. Gotta have this game.
It peaked in September of 2023 at $22 for sealed. Come on, man. I mean, I understand the game was out for quite some time.
Right, this was a re-release because we're talking about the Xbox
Mm-hmm.
One version, so it would have been out for at least a couple of years at this point.
Couple years, but it was still. I never expected to be that cheap.
No, this is a game you guys gotta have. I mean, come on, just if you love South Park or like South Park, sure you can find $20
Yeah, you can.
or
You'll waste
six
twenty
or
bucks on something
16.
else.
That's right, absolutely.
So that was my pick. So you went with the kind of rare one this time. What did you go with?
So the one I went with is definitely a rare game. I know it's rare because neither Wes nor I have ever heard of this. And if you know anything about Wes or I, we did, like we mentioned, we worked in a game store back in the day, and we've seen just about every game for those generations that we worked through, which the N64 was one. I was not aware of this game, and neither was Wes. So that should speak to its rarity in Rat Attack on the N64. Rat Attack loose is $66 right now. Sealed 660. I'm sorry, complete in blocks 669. So if you got a box, instruction manual, inserts 669. So almost $700 for a complete in box. Sealed, it's going to run you a fat 942. Peak, dude,
Bro, I never heard of this game. I've never heard of this game.
I was just looking up some stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I was looking up So if you guys don't know, when we do the pulse checks, I'll look up games and I'm like, I always try to find stuff that's interesting. And it could be something interesting that I have experienced or own or I'm aware of. But this one came out of nowhere. I was like, what is this? What? And I know, I would say, if you named a game, I could probably tell you it was on the N64. Could probably tell you almost every game that was on the N64. Never seen this one before. Never heard of it. Didn't know anything about it.
Hmm.
So Rat Attack is interesting, but it had some different peaks. And the interesting part is, I know this game is rare, and you're saying to yourself, Matt, how do you know this game is rare? Aside from not knowing it, here's my proof. Most video games went up dramatically during the pandemic, and this game is continuing, for the most part, to see a rise in price. Now, a loose copy in June of 2022 was $77, so it was about $11 more
Mm-hmm.
back then. Looking at complete in box, this year, 2023, has its peak at 721, and its sealed version had its peak also this year, $2,217 in April, and that price was also matched in May
Ooh,
of
oh my
2023.
goodness. Two
So,
grand.
yeah,
Wow.
even though it's 942 right now, this year was still its peak, not during the pandemic, which speaks to me that this game is truly rare, and maybe less people are looking for it, but its price is probably going to be on the incline more than the decline over time because it's hard to find, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting theory.
That's my idea.
Okay.
I don't know about the print run. This is without me doing any kind of research, but I would make the assumption that this is a truly, truly rare game on the N64.
You know what? I meant to when we were discussing the games, and I was like, I've never heard of this game, and I really wanted to look it up and see what kind of game it is. I to this day I've never heard of it.
I bet you it was
I've
some
never
like
seen it.
I bet you it was without me doing again. I've done no research. I could almost guarantee you it was a late N64 release. GameCube was probably out or about to be out at the time. It was a low print run and no one bought it. I can almost guarantee that those things all occurred.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, that's my theory. So maybe I'll do the research one day. Maybe I won't. But you can correct me if I'm wrong if you know your Rat Attack on the N64.
I'm looking it up now on Game Eye. Oh my god, I do remember this game.
Really?
I remember seeing this game. Yes.
This is one of the rare ones from that generation where I'm just like, I don't know what the hell this is. No idea.
What the? Okay, once I saw the box, I remember what I remember this game. It was one of those. I can't even describe the gameplay, but it was like a game that no one heard of, no one had any interest in, no one bought.
Yeah.
And I think we've got. I saw it on the shelf once, and I think we got maybe 2 or 3 copies because it was a new release.
Hmm.
That was it.
Never
That was
saw it
it, and
again.
it never saw, and it probably got clearanced out because nobody bought it.
Hmm.
Yeah, wow, wow. Okay.
I'm surprised you remember it though. That's cool. At least you remember it. At least I know it existed and it's not just some BS on the internet.
No, nope. I had to look up Game Eye, and I once I saw the cover, I knew exactly what it was. Like, oh my goodness, it's that game.
Probably trash, but who knows? All right, guys. So that's all we have for you for this edition of the Nerd Enthusiast Gaming Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us this month here in December of 2023. We hope you enjoyed the show, and hopefully we'll have some new and exciting things for you come January. So make sure you stay tuned. In the meantime, Wes, where can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Grendel5XBX and at Level Up Entertainment at the Hamilton Mall in Mays Landing, New Jersey. If you're ever in the Atlantic City area, please stop by. Let's chat video games.
To a real person. How about that?
Yes. who is passionate about the hobby.
Matt, you guys can follow me at from NJ2CA. The two is the number two over on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow the company. It's at Nerdthusiast on all social media platforms, including Twitter or X, Facebook, Instagram, all those things. Please consider supporting us on Patreon. Patreon.com/nerdthusiast is where you can go to do that. For as little as $1 a month, you can contribute to helping out our show as well as our other shows. You get exclusive content. We have some ad-free content and stuff up there as well. Please go check that out. Nerdthusiast.com for some of our blogs and other stuff. We appreciate any kind of support you can give, even if it's just continued viewership, which we also appreciate very much. Thank you guys, and until next time, I hope you all take care.
Have a good one, guys.